In 2025, we live in a world where silence has become a luxury and privacy, a rare treasure. Everyone is eager to show, to share, to prove. But have you noticed, the more we share, the less peace we have. The more we talk, the less we are understood. That's why today I want to talk about something that can change the way you live, think, and even breathe. 7 things to keep private in 2025. Because not everything that shines must be shown. 1. Your dreams and goals. When a seed is planted, it grows best underground. Your goals are the same. Before they turn into reality, they are fragile, and the noise of the world can crush them. Work in silence. Let your success make the announcement. 2. Your family matters. Not every argument, not every emotion, not every problem needs a stage. In a world of reels and stories, keep your family's dignity away from public display. Love them, protect them, and solve your issues quietly. That's true strength. 3. Your financial situation. Whether you have little or plenty, speak less about your wealth. Money talks, but sometimes silence speaks louder. True class is not in showing what you have, but in how gracefully you carry it. 4. Your acts of kindness. When you help someone, let the world not know. Real kindness doesn't need an audience, it needs a heart. Remember, the world claps for charity but respects humility more. 5. Your next move, never reveal your plans before you act. Surprise the world with results, not intentions. The power of mystery keeps both your ideas and your peace safe. 6. Your weaknesses. Everyone struggles, but not everyone deserves to know where you are weak. Be open with those you trust, but never hand your vulnerabilities to those who only wish to use them. 7. Your personal life in this digital era. Everyone's watching, and not everyone's wishing you well. Protect your peace like a priceless jewel. Not everything beautiful belongs on a screen. Closing, inspiring, and reflective. My friends, the future belongs to those who know what to share and what to protect. Remember, when you keep your private life sacred, you don't just protect your image, you protect your soul. In 2025, let your privacy be your power. Because peace doesn't come from being known, it comes from knowing yourself. In 2025, we live in an age where visibility has become a new form of validation. People want to be seen, liked, and celebrated. Every thought, every meal, every goal finds its way to a screen. But somewhere in this constant display of life, we are losing something very precious. Our silence, the kind of silence that gives strength to dreams, the kind of quiet that allows ideas to take shape without judgment or interference. This is why the first thing that must be kept private in 2025 is your dreams and goals. You see, dreams are like delicate seeds. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every morning to show the world its progress. You let the soil nurture it in darkness. You protect it from harsh winds and curious hands. Only when it becomes strong enough does it rise to the surface, ready to face the world. Our goals are no different. When they are new, they are fragile. They need time, effort, and patience. But the moment you start sharing them too soon, the energy that should go into achieving them often leaks out in the form of words and validation. There's a strange truth about the human mind. When we talk too much about what we're going to do, it gives us a false sense of accomplishment. It tricks the brain into believing we've already done something meaningful, when in reality we've only spoken about it. That's why so many people start with passion but lose their drive halfway. Their motivation was spent on getting applause before the work was done. In 2025, when everyone wants to announce their next move, the ones who stay silent will be the ones who actually move ahead. Another reason to keep your dreams private is protection. Not from failure, but from interference. The moment you share your goal, people start giving opinions, advice, or criticism. Some may genuinely want to help, but others might doubt you, discourage you, or even envy you, and sometimes even the most confident minds can be shaken by doubt. When you hear too many voices, you start questioning your own vision. You lose clarity, not because your goal changed, but because the noise around it became too loud. Privacy gives you the power to focus. When your energy isn't scattered across explanations and expectations, you can pour it fully into action. Every successful person at some point learned the art of keeping quiet until the results spoke for them. Success has a voice of its own, clear, strong, and undeniable, but it only arrives when the work is done silently. Think of the most inspiring stories. They didn't begin with announcements. They began with effort, discipline, and belief behind closed doors. In this digital world where people measure progress through likes and comments, keeping your dreams private becomes an act of wisdom. It means you trust the process more than the praise. It means you understand that not every path is meant to be public. Sometimes the best things grow where no one is watching. When you work in silence, you give yourself the freedom to fail, to learn, and to start again without fear of judgment. You build not for the world's attention, but for your own satisfaction. Also remember, dreams are deeply personal. They come from your experiences, your struggles, and your values. No one else can truly understand the fire that burns inside you. So why hand over your dream to the world before it's even ready to stand on its own? Keep it close. Let it be your secret motivation. Let it drive you quietly every morning. When it's finally ready to bloom, the world will see it, not because you told them, but because your results will make them look. The discipline of privacy is not about secrecy. It's about strength. It's about knowing that your time will come. And when it does, you won't need to prove anything. In 2025, everyone is in a hurry to be noticed. But the real winners are those who build their foundations silently, brick by brick, while others are busy showing off blueprints. So, as you move forward in this fast and noisy world, remember, not everything needs to be shared. Some things, like your dreams, deserve peace, protection, and privacy. Nurture them quietly. Work when no one is watching. Because when you finally arrive at your destination, your success will not just be seen, it will be felt. And that feeling, born from patience and privacy, is worth more than all the applause in the world. In the world we live in today, families are not just part of our lives, they are our roots, our first circle of belonging, and the place we return to when everything else falls apart. Yet in 2025, with every phone acting as a stage and every home turned into a broadcast studio, many people have forgotten that family is meant to be lived with, not performed for. Every joy, every argument, every private moment has found its way to public platforms. But the truth is, not everything needs an audience. There are certain things that must remain sacred, and one of the most important among them is your family matters. When we start sharing too much about our family life with the outside world, we unknowingly open a door that should have remained closed. We invite opinions, judgments, and comparisons into spaces that should only hold understanding, love, and trust. An argument between two people once shared publicly is no longer just between them. It becomes entertainment for others. And slowly the respect, the dignity, and the warmth that make a family strong begin to fade under the harsh light of public attention. Every family has disagreements. Every household has moments of tension. But those moments are meant to be handled with patience, forgiveness, and privacy. When you talk about your family issues in public or post them online, you might get sympathy from strangers, but you lose peace at home. What should have been a temporary misunderstanding can turn into a lasting wound, simply because it was exposed to the world. Words spoken in anger and shared on a public platform cannot be taken back. And once trust is broken, it takes years to rebuild. In this age of social media, many people feel the need to display their family life as perfect, smiling pictures, expensive vacations, and grand celebrations. But behind many of those smiles, there's silence, stress, or even loneliness. The truth is, no family is perfect. Every bond has its ups and downs. The strength of a family lies not in appearing flawless to others, but in facing flaws together. When you keep your family matters private, you protect that strength. You give space for healing without interference. You give love a chance to grow in peace without comparison or gossip. There's also another side to this, the tendency to discuss family success and happiness too openly. When you constantly share every celebration, every gift, or every achievement, you sometimes invite the wrong kind of attention. Not everyone who sees your joy will feel happy for you. Envy, judgment, and ill wishes often come disguised as curiosity or compliments. That's why wisdom lies in knowing what to celebrate publicly and what to treasure quietly. The moments that truly matter, a father's advice, a mother's prayer, a sibling's sacrifice, are not meant to be displayed. They are meant to be felt and remembered. Keeping your family private also protects the emotional well-being of the people you love. Not everyone in your home is comfortable being seen or discussed by others. Children, elders, and even spouses have their own boundaries, their own sense of dignity. Respecting that is a sign of maturity and love. You may not realize it, but even a simple post or comment can sometimes make someone in your family feel exposed or misunderstood. When you protect their privacy, you're showing them that their peace matters more to you than public approval. And let's not forget, families are built on trust. When your loved ones know that their feelings, mistakes, or struggles are safe with you, that trust deepens. They open up more. They rely on you. But when they sense that their words might end up being discussed with others or shared online, they withdraw. They stop sharing what's in their hearts. Slowly, communication fades and distance grows. The walls that should protect your home start separating it. Keeping family matters private, therefore, isn't just about silence. It's about strengthening the bonds that hold your family together. Sometimes people mistake privacy for secrecy, but there's a difference. Secrecy hides things out of fear. Privacy protects things out of love. A private family doesn't mean a perfect one. It means a wise one. It means that when problems arise, they are solved within the circle of care, not under the spotlight of public judgment. It means that when happiness arrives, it is celebrated with gratitude, not broadcast for approval. In 2025, where every story can be turned into content and every emotion into a post, keeping your family matters private is a sign of integrity. It shows that you value people more than popularity. It shows that you understand the power of boundaries. And most importantly, it shows that you honor the people who stood by you when no one else did. At the end of the day, families are not built in public. They are built in small, quiet moments of understanding, patience, and forgiveness. Protect those moments. Protect your people. Don't let the world's noise enter the walls of your home. Because when the cameras turn off and the screens go dark, it is not the applause of strangers that will comfort you. It's the love and peace that live within your family. Money has always had power, but in 2025 it has also become a form of identity. People are judged not for who they are, but for what they have. Social media is filled with pictures of cars, vacations, jewelry, and branded lifestyles. It's almost as if success is measured by visibility rather than stability. Yet the truth is, the more loudly a person talks about their financial life, the less peace in today's world, where cameras capture every act and social media rewards visibility. Kindness has slowly started losing its purity. What was once a quiet and sacred gesture of the heart is now often turned into a public performance. People record themselves feeding the poor, giving gifts, or helping strangers, not because they want to make a difference, but because they want to be seen making a difference. But true kindness doesn't need an audience. The most meaningful acts of goodness are those done without any expectation of praise, attention, or return. The fourth thing to keep private in 2025 is your acts of kindness. Real kindness begins where recognition ends. It is the kind of goodness that no camera can capture because it happens in silence, in moments when no one is watching. When you help someone, you don't need to announce it to the world. The feeling in your heart is enough. That warmth you feel after lifting someone up, even in the smallest way, is a reward in itself. But when kindness becomes a performance, it loses its essence. It stops being about, in the fast-moving and unpredictable world of 2025, everyone seems to be in a hurry to tell others what they are planning next. People reveal their ideas, their projects, and even their next steps before they have taken the first one. It feels exciting to announce your plans. It gives a sense of power, of being in control, of inviting attention. But what many forget is that revealing your next move before you make it often weakens your position. The energy that should have been used for action gets lost in conversation. The approval you seek from others can easily turn into their judgment, doubt, or even envy. That is why one of the most important things to keep private is your next move. There is a quiet strength in working silently. When no one knows what you are planning, there is no pressure, no interference, and no one to question you before you succeed. Silence gives you freedom, freedom to fail, to adjust, to restart, and to succeed on your own terms. The moment you share your plan, you give others the power to shape it. They may discourage you, offer opinions that create confusion, or even imitate your idea before you have a chance to bring it to life. In a time when information travels faster than thought, privacy has become a shield. Keeping your plans to yourself doesn't mean being secretive. It means being strategic. Think about it. Even in nature, the most powerful things happen quietly. The seed grows under the soil before breaking through the ground. The storm gathers strength in silence before it's seen. The night sky hides the moon behind clouds before it shines again. Likewise, every great achievement starts unseen. The people who surprise the world are not the ones who talk about what they will do. They are the ones who simply do it. Their work speaks louder than their words ever could. When you keep your next move private, you also protect your motivation. The act of sharing plans often creates a false sense of achievement. You receive praise, excitement, and encouragement, and for a brief moment it feels as though you've already succeeded. But that feeling tricks the mind. The hunger that drives you starts to fade because the recognition came too soon. The secret to progress lies in staying hungry, in staying quietly determined without feeding that hunger with premature applause. Silence preserves that fire. Another important reason to stay quiet about your next move is protection from negative energy and doubt. Not everyone who listens to you will support you. Some may pretend to, while silently hoping you fail. Others may fill your mind with their fears, telling you why it won't work, why it's too risky, or why it's impossible. And before you realize it, their doubts become your doubts. Their hesitation becomes your hesitation. When you work in silence, you protect your mind from such noise. You build a space where only your vision and belief exist, untouched by the opinions of others. This world values speed and sharing, but true progress often requires patience and privacy. Some of the most successful people built their foundations quietly while the world was busy looking elsewhere. They didn't seek validation at every step. They sought results. When their work was finally ready to be seen, it spoke for itself. And that's the beauty of privacy. It doesn't hide your success. It amplifies it when the time is right. There's also a certain dignity in moving silently. When you talk too much about what you'll do, you give away more than information. You give away your focus. But when you act without noise, you hold your power within. You don't owe anyone explanations for your journey. You don't have to justify your choices. You simply keep building step by step until your results speak with undeniable clarity. There is no defense stronger than achievement and no announcement louder than success. It's not easy, of course. In a world obsessed with sharing and validation, silence can feel lonely. You might feel left out when everyone else is posting their progress, declaring their goals, or seeking recognition. But that's when you must remind yourself, you are not in a race to impress anyone. You are building something real, and real things take time, focus, and quiet determination. When the right moment comes, your actions will tell your story, a story no one can take credit for because no one saw it coming. So as you move through this year and beyond, learn to guard your next move. Work when no one is watching. Build when no one is listening. Let your progress be your announcement and your results be your reply. The world doesn't need to know your every step. It only needs to see where you arrive. There is power in mystery and wisdom in restraint. The most successful people are not those who make noise before they act, but those who let the silence of their work echo far louder than any promise ever could.